Greetings, everybody. So, this is going to be our current Love Vibes energy reading. This is Chanoa with Walu Readings. If you guys are new to my channel, greetings, what's up, welcome. If you guys are existing subscribers, you guys visit my channel from time to time, welcome back. Okay, so usually, I was on a roll. I would do these every Monday. But sometimes my energy is just not in the space to do these readings. So rather than putting myself in a position that I'm really not in a space to read, I'd rather do it when I'm in a better energy. So and also probably next Monday, I'm probably not going to do the love vibes on Monday due to my birthday. My birthday is next Monday, so probably won't be on here. Probably won't be doing the mini love readings either on Monday. Probably push it back for Tuesday or something like that. So yeah, okay. So these energies are general. These are not personal readings, so they're not meant to resonate fully with everybody like a personal reading. So just take what resonates and then leave the rest that does not resonate. Okay. Um, yeah. So I wanted to share something with you guys. I'm not a Bible thumper or anything like that, but the divine, does speak to us in different ways. The word is very powerful, whether you believe in Christianity or not, whether you break it down in a spiritual, break it down in a parable or metaphysical way, however you interpret the Bible. I was led to use my cards, and I asked Spirit, I believe it was the before tarot. I asked Spirit a question, and I asked to do it in a way that I could look it up in scripture. So, for instance, you know how Bible scripture has, let's say, um, Psalms 1 and 5 or something. I just made it up. So, say I would pull the Ace of Wands or something, or the Magician, something with the one, right? An ace or the Magician would be a one. And then I would pull like the Lovers card. That would be 1 and 6, right? So I put in whatever Bible scriptures are 1 and 6, whatever came up that resonated with me. Sometimes that's the only scripture that would come up. So I would go off of that, and it resonated with a question that I had asked. So I ended up pulling the Two of Swords versus one of the nines. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember if it was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was either one of the major arcanas, which would be the Hermit, or it was like the Nine of Cups, Nine of Swords, one of those. Anywho, so I put in Bible scriptures 2 and 9, and Corinthians 2 and 9 came up. The message that I got from it was, the scripture says, however, as it is written, what no eye has seen, what no ear has heard, and what no human mind has conceived, the things God has prepared for those who love him. So this is like, I was asking Spirit something. I was like, Spirit, like, this is really, crazy. This is weird. I really can't explain what I'm seeing. I don't know if what I'm saying is true. There's always something to contradict it at times, even though I know what you said. And this is another thing as well. When Spirit gives us an answer to something, even if it does not make sense in the physical, it's like you still have to trust, because that's not the only reality. There's much happening behind the scenes. So like at this season of my life right now, trust and faith is something that I'm working through, that I'm growing through right now. So Spirit answered my question with that scripture, and it resonated so perfectly with me pulling the Two of Swords, because the Two of Swords is all about um, blindness or indecisiveness, not being able to see. The woman's blindfolded in the card. I'm really upset that I did not take a picture of that spread, because I don't remember what the other card was, but I know it was a 9. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to get that scripture, right? But what no eye has seen. So what no eye has seen, what no ear has heard, and what no human mind has conceived. This is something outside of our human perception and what we can even create to imagine. So it's like we have to step out of whatever it is for you, I'm speaking just, openly, because it may resonate with you in your own way. Like, if there's something that you're struggling to have faith and believe in, it doesn't have to be love, it could be anything. Um, but I just asked this question and it came up, and I thought it was really dope, and I did it a few times in other questions and tried to see, what Bible scriptures resonated with what I was seeking the answer, because the word is the word. Like, you can ask anything and the answers will be in the book. But you can break it down in a metaphysical way. I've seen it before. In some ways, I look at the Bible as parables, or codes and stuff like that. It does not have to be a literal thing. But, I took this as, there's things that I cannot do on my own and create and imagine things to be in a way that's way more intelligent, way more magical, and then the divine can create it. And there's sometimes things that we don't understand with our human mind that spirit is doing, and that's the limitless part, is trusting in the infinicy of things and not limiting ourselves or our mind, or oh, it can only go this way, or oh, I don't think it's real because, well, look at this. It's like you got to step outside of that. It's not saying to be naive, it's not saying to be delusional, but you got to have balance between the practical and the spiritual things too. It has to be a balance. But we can't fathom the things that spirit is doing sometimes for us, and the blessings that are to come and how they happen. We just got to, trust in that. And that's what I took from that message. So with that being said, there's probably something that wants to come out in regards to this in love. So I just want to, the cards I want to use, let's see. I'm going to use my relationship oracle. Just ask Divine Spirit to completely guide this reading. Give us divine clarity, divine truth. Anybody that has purchased any of my decks, it is a long wait time and processing time, period. But because of this whole COVID, situation, it makes the whole process a lot longer with the company that I'm with. I did research other printing companies for my deck, and it's kind of the same process. I happened to order someone's deck on one of these websites that do printing for tarot and oracle decks and stuff independently, and it's the same process. It's the same waiting process, just like the one that I'm going through right now. So what I just would ask you guys, if you've recently purchased a deck from me, please be patient, because it's already like a 14-day process to even process the cards. Then on top of that, the delivery or the shipping. So with all of this going on, it's going to be a little extended. So I just ask you guys for patience. If you guys have any questions, you guys can always feel free to email me. If you guys are thinking about purchasing a deck from me, just be mindful that the time given on my website is extended due to this current situation. So just ask for patience, y'all. I appreciate each and every one of you that has sewed into my decks, that any of my projects that I've done. I appreciate you guys, my jewelry and stuff like that. I thank you. I'm grateful for you guys' support and your love. I really do appreciate it. So let's go ahead and tap in. Thank you. Okay, blocks removed and triggers. So don't be alarmed when the triggers come, because these are the things that are helping to remove these blockages when it comes to your connection with, it doesn't even have to be a person. Let's just say just within yourself, and calling in love and bringing in the love. Once you remove these things that are triggering you, because triggers are just things that identify what has yet to be healed within ourselves. It's something within self that has not made peace with something, has not fully understood the lesson of something. So, it's all about spiritual maturity, emotional maturity, intelligence, awareness, whatever you want to call it. to understand why certain things bother us and trigger us, why certain things cause fear. You know, we got to get to the root and the nitty gritty of it, because when we do, the more we understand ourselves, it's a new level of understanding. It's also a deeper and tight connection with self, knowing what it is that you want and what you don't want. You're understanding who you are, your journey, the lessons, the wisdom, all of that. So anything or anyone that triggers you is just a teacher, or just highlighting something within you that has yet to be healed. So yeah, so these triggers are helping you remove blockages. And this goes for anyone that is experiencing triggers, not just with love, but in this sense, let's say you have a trigger of abandonment. Okay, so and so didn't call you back. Okay, so that makes you feel a number of different things. So identify why, and where did, like, what is this stemming from? Is it really that you feel like this person doesn't care or you're not important, or is it conjuring up a feeling that stems from somewhere else, or is it a codependency or need to have something go a specific way? You know, it just goes into different layers. So it depends on you as a person, how that manifests and how that resonates with you. Because at this point, like, I feel this is like a period of just working on self. So some of you guys may feel like it's not a lot happening in your love life at this time. For some of you, it's just kind of like a chill out, chill, a chill out period. Not a lot taking place. You may feel like things are not moving at all. Take into consideration that scripture. It's, again, I'll put it as probably use it as a thumbnail, but it's Corinthians 2:9. Again, what no eyes have seen, what no eyes have heard, what no human mind can conceive, the things that God can do for those that love him, if that makes sense. I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but you're not able to see the things that spirit is doing or the universe is doing for you, because this is beyond human comprehension and it's outside of that. This is a test, I feel like, for some of you. You will be talking to someone again. You will be reconciling. I do see something with like a text message. Some of you guys, this is like, you feel, some of you may feel like you lost hope in your situation right now, because on the surface it does not feel like anything is happening. I do see a lot of you spending a lot of time within yourselves. Your partners, if you are in a relationship with someone at this time, there may not be a lot of time spent, a lot of intimacy, but I feel like it's because you're both busy in some instance, whether you're busy with material things and or your spiritual work, removing these blockages. If you're single but you are connected to someone, I see you spending time with yourself a lot. And I also feel like your person is doing the same. Okay. So just because spirit is saying not right now doesn't mean it's a complete no. For some of you, it could be like spirit is saying no to something and it is what it is. But take what resonates. But some of you guys are just not in a space right now to put up with anything or anybody or any bullshit. So you guys, I also feel like you're clearing house with people in your life, or certain things that you're not taking it anymore. You cut those things out of your life. Some of you, I do feel like you're cutting friendships out of your life. Others of you, this is about a friendship. You're wondering about some type of reconciliation with a friend. You also have friends to talk to and help you with these triggers. Your person is also consulting some type of friend or something, an ally, about what they're going through, whether it be about this connection or just something in their life. Because right now I don't feel like it's a lot of movement in the physical, but in the spiritual it's a lot happening. It's a lot happening behind the scenes. So If you feel like there's not going to be any second chances in a situation, or you don't know if you'll ever hear from someone again or what, I feel like it will be a time, but it's due to this energy right now where it's not a lot happening in your situation. Okay. Let's see. What is the energy in this connection? Because there may be different levels to this, like where you feel like your person doesn't care, or you feel like, you know, if it's not that, then it could be the other way around. Something could have triggered you to cut cords with this person. Maybe you feel like this person was just not maturing, they're not growing, they're wasting your time and your energy. For some, you feel like your works are just in vain when it comes to this situation. For others, it could be like you feel like, you know, your person is just not available, or they don't care to make themselves available, or for those of you that are in a connection with someone, or living with someone, or dating a person, or for those of you that are just, you're single but you have a connection with someone, it just feels like it may not be going anywhere, or you feel like this person is just, they don't care, which is not true. But the thing is like, with the learn through this card, learn through this and practice self-love, this is triggering some type of healing and growth within both of yourselves. So it might have been something that needed to be healed that was not being looked into. Could have been something that you turned a deaf ear to. You weren't really listening, and for some, this is like putting you in a space to really hear spirit, or hear yourself and what it is that you're really crying out for, and what you're really needing, what really needs to heal. So all of this is actually helping to put things into a vibrational alignment and bring balance. So you're finding balance within self, and I guarantee your person is doing this. So this is really about the self-work right now. You know, self-work never stops. We can't, you know, just because we get into a connection with someone or relationship, or we get married or whatever, doesn't mean we just stop focusing on ourselves and healing ourselves. And I'm sure a lot of you know that. For some, it's like, oh, once we get into this spiritual union, oh, that's it, and I don't have to do any more work, and it's all about us. And the thing about these connections is, it's not about things outside of yourself, or obtaining a person, or obtaining a certain connection. The journey along the way is what matters, no matter how difficult it is. It's hard. It sometimes it's harder to, you know, accept that when you're in the thick, in the middle of the journey, especially when you're growing through a tough cycle in your journey. At that point, it's like, well, I don't want to hear that. I want to get to point A to point B. I don't want to be in between C and whatever. I want to get to the end. But this is important, because if you look at where you are now, or where you were before, and you tried to jump skip into a connection with all of the things that have yet to be discovered about yourself, and the things that you've accomplished, or the things that trigger you, the things that have not been healed, if you try to jump and do all of that, and or skip that and jump into the connection, it will be the same cycles all over again. So to avoid that, spirit is burning off of you anything that is not of you. These are the things that you went through in life. These are the things that you took on, or you believed in, that were not truly authentically you. Whether these were negative thoughts and beliefs, whether these were self-imposed beliefs, whether these were false identities, like all of this is for your betterment. And people say that they're in twin flame unions and connections and stuff like that because they get a sign or synchronicity, or because they feel an intensity in a connection, or you and this person break up to make up, or you dream of them and all this other stuff. But when it comes down to the real nitty gritty of what a true connection is, because at the end of the day, it's not about the romantic part of it, it's about a spiritual work. And in order to even be able to do the spiritual work, you got to grow through some shit to even be able to help other people through it. Once you get to that position that spirit called you, or the universe, whatever your true calling is, and that seed within you that is meant to grow forward, you got to go through the process. And it's not about obtaining a man or a woman at the end of the day. That person is an extension of you and you of them. They are part of the purpose and the puzzle, and so are you. But it's a bigger picture beyond the both of you. And you got to be in that position to carry it out. Otherwise, what you're asking for is some Disney movie notebook story, like we fell in love, boy meets girl, we split up, we come back together, and it's peaches and cream and all of that. But for those that are in a divine connection, the divine is in it. It's not about you two. It's about a divine purpose. The divine, whatever you want to call it, godlyhood, whatever, a soul purpose. That's what it's about. And that's why spirit requires us to keep going. Just because we're not with this person, or it's not peaches and cream, does not mean we stop our work. That doesn't mean we stop our life. That doesn't mean we stop doing our work and our purpose and walking in our purpose. Otherwise, what good are we? I don't mean to say it like that, but how helpful and how productive or can we be if we're being called? Let's say you're being called to go to the army, but you ain't doing the training, but you like, well, I'm about to get into the battlefield, fuck it, I don't need to go through the military work to get to where I need to be, so I'm just gonna step in the front line. And then you're done or donezo. Spirit wants to make sure that you're ready for the position that Spirit's putting you in. It's not just about the connection. That's a beautiful part of it. It's the yin and the yang on a physical level, a physical manifestation of the yin and yang balance within yourself. That's why it's so important to heal, because we have these principles within us, a masculine and feminine principle within us, divine feminine, divine masculine principle. But we also have the inner child, which is why a lot of you are finding that you're healing stuff from your childhood, triggers from things that happened to you in your adolescence are coming up, or been coming up for a while, is because that inner child is needed. The inner child is that puzzle piece. It's the Holy Trinity. So when you find that wholeness within yourself, you're going to manifest that in another. You got to be able to navigate with your femininity within self, whether you're male or female, whether you're the most masculine male in the world. That healthy feminine energy is that inner compass, that intuitive guidance, that compassionate, nurturing side of self. That masculinity is the assertion, the provider, the protector, the guidance. The inner child is all about the innocence, the playfulness, the lightheartedness, the faithfulness, the trust. You got to have all these different elements in order for a healthy whole being within yourself. Not saying that once you do that, you've mastered life and you're completely done. It's not done until you dip out of here, out of this planet. But this is what's important. Spirit's saying to practice self-love and learn through this process. A lot of you guys are very, very wise and very aware of what's going on, and you're doing your studies. Some of you may need to know that you're on the right track. And it's not that, everything is, it's not saying that you guys are bad and you fucked up. It's just saying to fine-tune your energies and your frequencies, and not to focus so much on things outside of yourself, including another person. It's okay to want to know what's going on with them, how they feel, are they doing well, to miss them, to want to be with someone or want things to work out. It's okay, but not to the point of obsessiveness, to where you're not focused on yourself and the task at hand or your daily life that you should be taking care of. And I'm not going to point any fingers, because I've been in that place where I obsessed and worried about things outside of myself, to where I wasn't focused on what Spirit was trying to do with me, to where Spirit triggered me into pushing me into that tower moment that puts you in that space of needing to do it, rather than just doing it actively on your own, taking the initiative and doing it, being pushed into it by the universe or God or what have you to do it. So Some of you guys are um, receiving messages through music that may help you with this process. Some of you, sound healing is something that helps you guys with your vibrational alignment. Could be sound, singing bowls, could be binaural beats, could be anything that helps you get into that space of balance. Meditating more. Um, I do see excessive eating. So just like right now, you guys, like just understand yourself and where you are within yourself right now. Like this is the place where spirit wants you to be. And there's much more happening than what meets the eye that you cannot see at this time. Um, you know, with that being said, I'm going to tap into each individual's energy, feminine and masculine energies, and see where you guys are. Um, I hope that that resonated so far. I might have lost some people, but it is what it is. Sometimes we might need to hear some things that don't always tickle our fancy, and that's cool. You know, sometimes it can be triggering, but we have to be honest with ourselves. You know, a lot of times people think that these connections are about codependency and it's about being with this person and that's it and that's all I want to do. I could care less. Like, this is not a fairy tale. And I'm sorry for whatever. Look, listen, it took me a while to get to understanding that this was a, you know, really a spiritual thing because a lot, and I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to point fingers at people, but a lot of the information that's out there, and I'm not just speaking about YouTube and stuff, but a lot of the stuff that's out there, knowledge and stuff, like, or that they're talk about of these so-called connections, like, you know, quote-unquote twin flame connections, as they call them, is a lot of fairy tale bullshit, a lot of new age, love and light, and that's it. Yeah, they'll talk about, oh, how this person's your mirror and, you know, you guys go through separation, but it's like some of it's misinformed information, and I can name many different experiences where if I really looked at some of the stuff that was put out there, I could easily believe that this person or that person was my soulmate or twin flame, especially not just even romantically. If that's the case, I've experienced twin flame phenomenons with people that I call sisters or friends or family. Like, you have to be more discerning. If these connections are about service and mission, you got to be put through some things, or you have to heal some things in order to even be able to be in a position of mission to really help the planet in a way that spirit's guiding you to. Whether that's your own very wounds are here to help other people with their wounds. It's not about, oh, we're going to get together and get married, or this person tickles my fancy, because a lot of it is codependency. A lot of people want to put their love and their affections and attentions outside of themselves and expect a person to fill them up and to tickle their fancy as well, rather than knowing that it's an inside job first and outward. So it's a lot of obsessive behavior out there. It's a lot of obsessive behavior. It's a lot of codependency because you're attracted to a person. You know, you got that energy that's popping off, like, ooh, this person looks good, or they're beautiful, they're handsome, or I like this about them, and such and such. And, oh, I saw a sign or synchronicity about this person, so that must mean we're twin flames. I dream about this person, that must mean we're twin flames. But you're not looking at the spiritual aspect of it. Has the spirit even gave you a calling to this person and such and so forth? Has spirit revealed to you that this person is really that, or is this something that your own ego is appeasing and living in that fantasy because it's something that you want, not really something that's aligned for you, that's destined for you? So you're coming up with a lot of blockages. This person doesn't want nothing to do with you. They're blocking you. They're cussing you out. Or, you know, there's so many things. You can tell when spirit's blocking something versus when spirit is saying, not right now, it's not time, or it's literally like, no, this is not for you. This person's not for you. Um, if you're constantly obsessing over something, a person, oh, are we going to be together? When are we going to be together? When is it going to happen? Is this person the one? And you got to keep asking. And that's another thing too. You got to keep asking if somebody is the one or the twin flame and all this other stuff. Buying this reading and that reading and this reading, watching this reading and watching that reading. That's not a good energy. So it's either you say to yourself, is this really a healthy connection? Is this really a divine connection? Or is this highlighting perhaps maybe something I need to heal within myself? Because sometimes it's, you got to navigate through your energies and figure out and find what is it. You know, figure out what it is. This is not a spiritual journey within itself outside. And I'm sorry if I sound preachy, you guys, but I feel like Spirit is speaking through me, so I have to do this. It's not the most comfortable thing to do, because I know some people don't like to hear it. You can take it or leave it. It's not saying anything that I'm saying does not have to be your truth whatsoever, but it's meant for somebody to hear it, because it's going to speak to someone, I feel like, even if it's just one person. So I just have to say what I'm saying. Take myself out of the way. But this is beyond connections. This is, let's say, for your spiritual journey within yourself. You came here for a purpose. I do believe some people come here for a purpose to destroy, and I believe some people come with a purpose to uplift and heal the world in any way that they're guided to, whether that's through their music, whether that's through their art of drawing, whether it's through fashion, whether it's through cooking, whether it's through teaching children. There's something that we all come here to do, that we're sent here to do. And everything goes back to self. No one is responsible for our happiness, for our healing, for our health. No one's responsible. And that's the part of a self journey. No one's responsible for making us happy, validating us. We're validated, if you want to call it, through God, the universe, our creator, our divine creator. We are validated there first. No man can make or break you, or should be able to make or break you. And I don't mean romantically, I mean in any sense. Not even your parents, not even your spiritual gurus, whatever you want to, whatever. You came here with a purpose, and that purpose validates you in the eyes of the divine, your creator. Everyone else, second. Nobody is here to save you. They're here to help you, to support you, but no one can save you but you and your creator. You are connected. You are one with your creator, as we are one with everyone in this planet as well. But it starts with you and that which created you. Okay? So, love is a beautiful extension of the divine, and God loves to see it. But a healthy loving relationship, because it's not about getting in a relationship with someone and that is it. All I'm saying is that for those of you that are feeding into this whole twin flame stuff and getting caught up in it and thinking that it's this little light, playful journey, because spiritual work in itself it's got ugly sides to it. It's got the beautiful sides where you see the angel numbers, you see butterflies, and you see feathers falling around, or you might bump into some people that you have dope conversations with, and you guys get chills as you're talking and all that beautiful stuff. Or when you get to talk to your angels or God or your ancestors come to you in your dreams and all that. But you also have those times where you got to go into the ugliness, where you got to confront and face your fears, your insecurities, where it's not so fun, or when, you have those dark thoughts and you have to confront and defeat them and master that side of yourself, master your truth and find the light in your dark. That's what spirituality, it has so many aspects to it. So anytime you step into something spiritual, know that it has two sides to it, but they're all useful to your journey. So when you're talking about spiritual connections and twin flame this, twin flame that, do know that it requires spiritual work. It's not all about, oh, we're in separation and I'm just going to cry and pine after a person and hope that we come together, and then when we do, it's light and fluffy and that's it. And no, people got to be careful what they subscribe to and sign up for and ask for and all of that, because, you know, people don't understand. Like, it's not a cute thing. Like, spirituality, pulling cards and stuff like that. I feel like you gotta be called to do stuff like that, because you're tapping in and you're working with different people's energies and stuff like that. Um, you gotta just be mindful of what you're getting into. Spirituality has beautiful sides to it, and there's stuff that people are. You gotta be okay with facing the shadow aspect of it. Whoever's force feeding you this bullshit that is light and fluffy, and there's no work, there's no challenges in it. It's not going to be times where you want to throw in the towel. It's not times that you get a little shook up, afraid, or times where, you know, you even get to a place where you don't want to do it anymore. You know what I mean? Like, you get tired at times. You ask God why, or why am I doing this? What's the reason? What's the purpose? There's times where you don't really want to do this, but there's something in you that loves this. It's your passion. You want to help people. You want to do this. It's not just you sit up here and read some cards and tell people what they want to hear and play, because that shit catches up. Like that, it does. And I see a lot of that online. And some people, I feel like, if you're not using your discernment and you want to be lied to just to feel good, and I used to do that, you know, it's open game. You can't blame the reader for telling you what you want to hear, or telling millions what they want to hear. They're just playing with some cards, or they might know something about what tarot means or whatever. They might have some psychic abilities to read things, but they'll tell you what you want to hear. They only want to tap into some bullshit. And if you want to be in that frequency, you'll tap into it and you'll listen to it, and something in you always knows that it's not right. If it's not really for you, you'll know if it's not right, or you'll know if you're being bullshitted. But if you subscribe to that energy, then you're up for it. So I used to blame God and be like, why did you tell me this? And why did this? And it was like, no, that was your own doing. You knew better. And I did. So this comes with prices too. Like, I do feel there's people that are called to do this, and there's people that just do this for money, or people that just do this because they think it's just something to play with, and it's really not. And that's why some people have gone crazy, because they don't know how to balance out the spiritual and the physical. Some people doing this, it backfires on them because their intentions are not pure. But that's a whole nother topic. I really hope I'm not offending anyone, and if this meant to help you, because I feel like I'm being a little harsh right now. But in all love, though, you guys, that just, like, I don't know. I thought this was about to be a straight up reading. But the good thing is, I do see with the Seven of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, you guys are not juggling between. I feel like you guys are getting down to your work, because you got the Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords. So the Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords, is there some type of reaching some sort of level of mastery in cutting cords. I also feel like you guys have been cutting things out of the way. These could be mindsets. The Seven of Pentacles is like, be patient with yourself. Have compassion for yourself. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have earned some type of balance and stability. With the Two of Pentacles in reverse, you're not juggling back and forth between certain things. I feel like once you realize something is out of alignment, you'll cut it off immediately. So the Queen of Pentacles, she's mastered something with this Seven of Pentacles and Two of Pentacles in reverse. Ace of Wands in reverse, Eight of Cups, the Star, the High Priestess, and the Six of Cups. So feminine energy, Ace of Wands in reverse is like Some of you guys may be wanting to walk away from things that you truly desire, things that are in alignment with who you really are. But it's like, don't throw in the towel just yet, because with the star here and the Eight of Cups right next to it, I feel like the more and more you heal, the more in alignment you're going to be with what's meant for you. So the Ace of Wands is saying some of you guys do want to give up at some point. With this Eight of Cups, what's truly meant for you, you'll know. For others, it's like you're not taking on things just because you desire it. It could be this is removing that impulsiveness with the Ace of Wands in reverse, not being impulsive and walking away from things that no longer serve you with the Eight of Cups. With the Star card, you know when something is truly aligned with you because it flows. Divine Spirit supports it. Divine Spirit puts you in that space to receive it. It's not something that you have to force yourself to go after and do. You're completely led and guided to. Especially with this High Priestess card right next to the Star. This is about divine guidance and alignment with yourself and being in tune with the universe and using your tools at your disposal. So with this comes healing and releasing. A lot of times we ask Spirit to give us something, and when Spirit gives us the tool to navigate through that and show us, it might not be what we want to do or how we want to go about it. Might not make sense, but Spirit gives you something and lays it on your lap to do. It's for your higher good. It's for your greatest good. This Star card, she's pouring out and she's pouring into. So that means you have to release in order to pour into something else, right? That's just law. You got to release in order to gain. So if you're not doing the releasing, how are you going to gain? How are you making room for something? The Star card is all about dreams and wishes, but it's being in alignment with that, and also being divinely led and guided, because our ego can guide us to things that are not of our highest good, because our ego has desires too. So with the Six of Cups, there is some type of reconciliation that some of you guys foresee that you're getting divine guidance on, or that you've channeled something about this. Some of you guys are being guided to give something, whether it be in regards to a connection, like a romantic bond connection, or just some type of soul tribe energy. But I feel like you guys are getting divine guidance with that. Some type of divine guidance. Okay. I'm going to tap into masculine's energy now. I'm turning off the comments because I don't want to hear y'all mouth, because I know it's going to be some people that are in their feelings. But if you're in your feelings, ask Spirit, why are you triggered? And ask Spirit to show you what it is that needs to be healed that's triggering you. Because it doesn't mean that what I'm saying is true for you. It might just trigger something within you that needs to be healed. And that's fine too. For those that is, going to resonate with whatever was said, however it's meant to resonate with you, but I don't feel like arguing with people, because I feel like I probably opened up a can of worms. But all of that needed to come out for some reason. And that's a part of my mission. Like, that's a part of my healing as well, is being told as a child that I needed to shut up and basically not say anything, not talk, or if I did say something, being put down for it. So I'm healing my throat chakra. So part of that is like removing that fear of being rejected, that fear of not being accepted and what I'm saying, being rejected by others. Like, I have to trust Spirit in what I'm getting. So, it's not always easy, but I'm gonna keep it all the way real. I'm not turning on the comments, because I know how y'all gonna get. For some of you, not gonna like it. And it's not me trying to force feed anything. I'm just speaking on what I'm getting. And you do not have to agree with it whatsoever, because not one's truth is not someone else's truth. You know what I mean? Could be pieces of the truth in there for some of you. That's, again, you got to take what speaks to your soul and what resonates with you. You don't just subscribe and just take on things that don't resonate with you. And there will be times where you disagree with people that you love, you know? It is what it is. But we can respectfully agree to disagree. That's cool. All right, masculine energies, where are you guys at? Thank you. Okay, Three of Cups. They have the Seven of Pentacles as well. Queen of Cups, or King of Cups, sorry. King of Cups, Three of Pentacles, and Justice. Queen of Pentacles as well, interesting. Six of Swords, Eight of Wands, Six of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. So emotionally, masculine energy, you are in a good space. You may not be completely mastered something in the physical yet, or you're not quite ready to give something in the physical just yet to this feminine. There's still work to be done with the Seven of Pentacles, which we picked up earlier. You both have the Seven of Pentacles in your spread. So there is some work that's still needing to be done, and being patient and being compassionate with yourselves as you work on this. Because there is some type of unity that's coming in with the Three of Cups. The Three of Pentacles, you got the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. I feel like the Pentacles is saying there's still something that needs to be worked on behind the scenes. Someone could be trying to get their money and finances together. With the King of Cups here, King of Cups has mastered something on an emotional level. This is a masculine, I feel like, that's well aware of his emotions. Well, or, you know, if your masculine is a she, you might resonate, you know, either way. I'm sorry. Take what resonates. But you're at a space where you're emotionally in tune with yourself, and you know how you feel, and you know how you feel about the situation and how you feel about this feminine. You do feel like this feminine is worthy of some type of offer with the Six of Pentacles that you're working on right now. But with the Knight of Pentacles, it's taken some time, but nonetheless, the Knight of Pentacles, he's patient, he's dedicated, you know, willing to persevere. It just takes some time, this approach, but it's coming. And what's interesting is, and it's kind of hard to see how I have the cards laid out, but at the end, the beginning of this, the bottom row, you got the Queen of Pentacles, and you have the Knight at the end of this row. And they're both kind of like looking in the same direction. They're looking at the same pentacle, or rather, the Pentacle and the Queen of Pentacles is not as vibrant or illuminated as the Knight of Pentacles coin that he's holding on to. So I feel like there's something that this masculine feels like they are able to give to this feminine, or want to give to this feminine, because you have the Eight of Wands here. So the Eight of Wands is like there's a lot of movement that's happening, but at the same time, it's at a flow. So flow of energy. Again, it goes back to the scripture of, you know, what no eyes have seen, the ears have heard, blah blah blah, human comprehension. So it's happening behind the scenes. You know, you see it's like in the planets, in the galaxy, these wands are moving. So it could seem like things are very slow in the physical. Spiritual energy moves first, and then it happens and manifests itself into the material. So just know that as long as something's in motion, it is going to take place in the material sense. The Three of Cups and the Three of Pentacles, I don't always see it as such, but some of these people have to break ties with some type of outside connections. Does not always have to be a romantic third-party situation. It could be people that they were associated with, or two that are just not growing with them. These could be people that just want to party and bullshit all the time. They don't have a balance. These are people that are not doing their spiritual work or their inner work, you know, just kind of just like whatever to life, to world, not dedicated to bettering themselves. And they might feel like, this masculine may feel like these people are dragging them down with them. So there's some heavy contemplation and trying to figure out how to remove themselves. Could also be some situation going on with like finances, job situations and stuff like that, or living situations that are at the forefront of this masculine's mind. This is what's important to them. But what has not changed for them is that they still want to come towards this feminine. They have not forgotten about that. So the justice card being here is like there's some karmic justice that's coming. There's some spiritual work that's still being done, cords that need to be cut. So although this masculine is full of, you know, emotional balance and love and understanding and awareness of they're not ready yet in the physical to move forward. I see that because you got a queen to a knight. So if it would have been a king, then that's a whole nother story. But because the Knight of Pentacles is here versus the Queen of Pentacles, they're not quite ready to step forth yet. Or you're not quite ready. If you're a masculine, you understand. That's okay. Things are still moving. Okay. Let's hop into the energy of the connection. I'm going to use this tarot deck. I didn't mean for this to be such a long reading. The Wheel of Fortune, Temperance, Ace of Wands. You got the Ace of Wands twice, Five of Swords, Queen of Cups now. So you got two counterparts. You got the Two of Pentacles twice in a different deck. The Hermit, the Knight of Wands, Page of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles. So you have the Page of Swords and the other spread for the feminine as well. So things are happening in divine order, divine timing that you may not necessarily be able to see, but it's happening in its own time. The Temperance tells me that this is divine timing. This is divine orchestration. The angels and the ancestors are working behind the scenes. And what they're doing is helping to heal and bring balance and restructure yourself right now. Replenish your energies. Help you with your purging process. Being completely directed and guided right now. Ace of Wands, the gift of Maggie or Magi. Sorry. This is the Magician's wand. So there will be a momentum or some type of guidance and structure or instructions, excuse me, that's given here with the Five of Swords, which is why someone's not going to be able to see this opportunity come their way until they cut cords with something or someone with the Five of Swords. So in order to see this opportunity, something has to be cut out of the way. So, because I do get there's some type of ego. It could be masculine or feminine energy or both of. Someone is, it's an arrogance when it comes to, I don't have to do the work. We got to be careful with that too, because when we feel like we've mastered one thing, we feel like, well, I'm good and I don't have to do anything. Like, no, there's always something that we can do. If we're still in a period of quote unquote separation or our connections are not balanced, then that means there's still something that needs to be looked into. And if it's not all about your spiritual connection, you could take that out of the way and put it towards, if there's something or a goal that you set for yourself and you're not quite there yet, it's because there's still something in your vibration that's still aligning with the frequency of what you want. So there's still work to be done, right? There's still something. You know when it's just a matter of patience and time. But I feel with the Five of Swords, someone is refusing to do some type of work. Someone is also wanting to protect something here. It could be protect this Queen of Cups because she's right next to the Five of Swords. So it could be some people that have something to say about this connection, and you may feel that you have to defend it, or that you are the defender of the connection, whether you're the masculine or feminine. Someone is defending this or being defended in this situation from others, because it's some type of gossip or something, or just some bullshit, you know. But with the Queen of Cups here, I feel the Queen of Cups is well protected for sure. You start off with the Wheel of Fortune and the Temperance. That's divine like, you know, that's divine reinforcement, that's divine intervention, that's divine protection. Then you have here with the Five of Swords, this person could definitely be protecting this Queen of Cups because she sits here at the end. So everything, I feel like everything is okay. Even the things on the surface that seem like it's out of chaos, just know this spirit's protecting you. Sometimes spirit has to throw some things in the way so that you don't step. You know, say for instance you're on a highway and a tree falls in the middle of the path and you can't get past that tree. You can't get to where you need to be or where you think you're supposed to be going in spirit. That could have been spirit blocking something for you to protect you. So you can kind of look at this wand as that tree branch. Your spirit is like, I'm about to knock some shit over. Nope, can't move. And you're being protected. So the Two of Pentacles tells me that someone here is still juggling. I'm going to say it's not feminine because the feminine's Two of Pentacles was in reverse in her spread. So I feel like masculine energy still juggling something. Does not have to be a person or a woman or a man or something. It's something going on that's still being juggled. Some type of imbalance still. They haven't fully made peace with something, balance some things out. Because the Hermit card is someone's in solitude. So your person, if they were to come to you right now, their energy would be all over the place or just not in that space to give you anything right now. They'll come in and they'll go. Because you got, after the Hermit, you have the Knight of Wands. So if this person made an impulsive move towards you, masculine, if you made an impulsive move towards the feminine, I'm sure you know this, that you wouldn't have much to offer or much to say at all because you got the Page of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. You could prematurely make some type of promise that you cannot keep. Maybe this has happened before, or someone made a premature move and it wasn't fully ready yet, like the time was not ready. Why do I say this? Because you have the Knight of Wands, Page of Swords, Page of Pentacles. Those are young energies. They're not quite fully developed. You got a Queen here. Again, you got a Queen versus these Knights and these Pages. So you guys are emotionally, you and this person, I feel like you and your feminine or you and your masculine, you have the Queen of Cups in this spread and you have the King of Cups in the other. So emotionally, you guys are, there's still love here. You're still nurturing the connection. You guys are emotionally aware of what's going on inside of you, but there's still some fine tuning here, I feel like. Definitely with the masculine, there's something that's still being juggled in a material sense or something with finances maybe. So the Hermit is like, this person is in this space right now where they're still seeking and discovering things within self. It's masculine. So if they were to come in now, they would come in. It would be very passionate. It would be very exciting, unexpected. But then it's like, it's not fully time yet. It's not much that can be given to this situation with this Page of Pentacles because this other Pentacle still being juggled. Still something that's being juggled. Yeah. I don't know how else to say it. But, yeah, you don't want anything before it's time. So the Hermit is going to master something, some type of level of understanding that is needed. So I feel like it's only a matter of time. But let's see. What do you guys want to say to each other? What do you guys want each other to know? Yeah. Someone does not want to be together right now because they're trying to work on their independence. But there's still this desire to be together. There's still this, still fantasizing, still daydreaming about this connection. So someone is like, I don't want to be together right now because I'm working on what I need to work on. So someone is falling very hard for someone here, thinking about marriage. Even though you guys may have your differences, you guys may not be seeing eye to eye. Someone is loved unconditionally here because it's like we may not be exactly the same. We may not always resonate with everything with each other. You may be different. I may be different. You guys could have had some type of disagreement recently or something. And this person wants you to know that in spite of all of that, they love you as you are. They love you for you. So let's see what else. That could be the feminine or masculine. Let's see what the other party wants to say. Yeah, the distance is definitely getting to somebody. You guys can sense each other's feelings or emotions, and for some of you it's like, well, I don't feel that way. Why do you feel that way? I don't. So I feel some of you are like, well, why don't you want to be together with me, or why don't you want, to come together? And it's because this person feels like they're not ready to, and we've seen the cards, and it's true. So I feel like this is feminine's energy, and the first cards I pulled were the masculine's energy toward feminine. So you guys are definitely in tune with each other emotionally and mentally. I also feel like feminine, you may be avoiding, some of you, maybe not most of you resonate with this, but you've been avoiding them at some point, but you still want this. Could be like a little play hard to get type of energy, to be honest. You guys both have the I'm falling for you card, or is this, no, just kidding. Wait, hold on. I don't remember. That's crazy. Either that, I think you guys did. Or I think the masculine did. I don't remember. See how fast that happens? Channeling comes in and one, like, it just comes in too quick. Okay. Someone is feeling that love all over again. And it's like being apart. And if you guys are not separately, like, not together, like, physically separated, then it's that feeling of distance or discord between the two of you on a spiritual, mental, emotional level that gets to you more than anything. For those of you that are physically distant, you're feeling that too. So some feminines are dealing with rejection or insecurity, where they feel like they're not good enough. What if this is too good to be true? Or what if I got my hopes up? It's that type of energy that's being worked through. Okay. So if you guys resonated with this, feel free to like this video. If it didn't trigger too many people. But if you resonated with this reading, much love as always. I appreciate you guys. Until the next reading, peace.